What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Sakamoto Days, this time with episode 5. Looking forward to this one. We'll be continuing off the hard-boiled, not detective, but assassin kind of arc, which I really enjoyed last episode. Seems like someone's actually able to bring out the, again, the comment section said not the real kind of Sakamoto, but the kind of old, looking at least version that we did see of him, probably again a little bit rusty compared to in his prime, but very much looking forward to seeing how we continue this, as it does look like pretty much everyone we're sporting is on the back foot, and yeah, just it doesn't seem to be going quite as clean as things have gone up until this point. Do let me know what you guys think about this episode though down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. And let's get right into episode 5. Of course, we got our Chinese woman here doing her best what's his name impression, drunken master. Okay, she landed one. Jackie Chan, that's the name I was looking for. Doing her best Jackie Chan impression. Well, I think it's a bit bipolar, isn't it? Does that count? I guess so. I guess that's a sexual assault of sorts. It's good that she hasn't forgotten that even while drunk and being reasonably new to the gang. And we're using up a lot of the time here, the hourglass time talking here, aren't we? She just magically sobered up. She's also a memory loss drunk as well, I guess. Well, I think these girls, like, if they weren't at each other right now, I think they'd get on quite well. I don't think so, but again, any other situation, like I said, I think these guys are actually quite good friends. It's a bit of a shame. Not sure why this is, but the opening's always a little bit more quiet than the actual episode. Sure, it's been a while since I watched a Jackie Chan movie in general. Not sure when the last one was. To be fair, I think that's just like genuinely. Well, maybe I'm not. Maybe it's just I haven't been looking, but like there's less kind of classic action movies than there was being released nowadays than there were. One of the last truly great ones I remember watching was I was like It's like The Good Guys or something. It had Ryan Gosling and um, I forget his name, but you guys know the guy from Gladiator. Forget his name now. He's obviously in a lot more than just Gladiator, but yeah, I forget his name, but I really like that movie. Well, it makes him less of a target for the little ball things. Sakamoto. Wow, this is not a good situation for the Bulls, is it? Earlier on, we're oh Jesus, we were inside earlier, so they're actually like really effective. But out in an open area like this, not so much. There's like always classic saying, isn't there? You're always a bit more powerful when you're trying to protect something. I think that's in like lots of things, but I specifically remember that from like one show I watched, or something like really powerful. Like you're always more like you see it in nature, like with bears and like lions and stuff. You're always more at your most powerful when you're trying to protect something or someone. Whether that be like your little cubs or what. Oh shit! Smooth landing. The boiled desert. I agree. I mean, they don't even really look very hurt, do they? I wonder how much one of those things costs. Probably quite a bit, I imagine. The one you already took a bite out of? Oh yeah. I guess this is like the equivalent to when you do go to the gym and like you max out and like you try and look as you try to get as much pump as possible. Oh no. Oh no. This is the scariest adversary in the show so far. They've done a pretty good job of hiding it. I, yeah, I am the man trying to kill your husband. I think each other. Well, that's just like a hard thing to do. Ex hitman or not. These fucking creepy ass bunnies, bro. Yeah, I like those guys. Hopefully, it won't be the last time we see them. But I do always have the thought of like bad things happen to people, to assassins and such that fail their mission. I think that's genuinely like I mean I don't really relate too much to this, but as like I play football myself, and when I after a game or after training, I eat a shit ton. I think it's probably the same for people that like when Sakamoto's like again he's not in his prime right now or anything, but when you use so much, like when you use like 100% of like your muscles or whatever, again I relate it to football when I put in 100% on a Saturday or Sunday and run as much as I can and sprint as much as I can. Obviously my muscles will be using up like probably not 100% of like capacity, but something close to that, and I'm absolutely starving for the whole day afterwards. So you need a lot of fuel. So it makes total sense. This you see a lot with retired athletes. There's always exceptions, but especially like retired footballers, because their legs, that obviously they use the legs a lot. Um, they usually don't really do too much after, because too much kind of athletic work after, because their legs are always in pieces, so they keep up, they maintain that's the thing that people presume they eat a lot more after retiring, whereas actually they eat the same way than they did when they were playing, when they were an athlete, but it's just they don't do the work to kind of burn that off. So that's why you see a lot of kind of fat ex-athletes and such. I think for me it makes total sense. People always kind of question, damn, what happened to him? It's like, no, it's not what happened to him. It's nothing happened to him. It's just the fact that he's now retired and not like again using 100% of his body. Like I said, I relate to a little degree. Like I said, I always get home from training and eat a hell of a lot. Video rentals, man, what a thing of the past they were. I don't think there's many, if any, of those around nowadays. They're all online, aren't they? It's pretty much just what like Netflix and stuff is nowadays, just online rental. I used to love going to I used to love going to like stores like this and like picking out like the scariest looking cover and such. It would always be a bit of a, because there wasn't too much internet back then. It was always a bit of a risk. You'd always choose the coolest covers, and sometimes there'd be a hit, sometimes there'd be absolute trash. Pretty sure that's how I watched Human Centipede for the first time. And then relatively soon after that, I think they closed down where I live. And they were always pretty cheap, from what I remember. I also think I played one of my first Resident Evil games by renting it from a place like this as well. I think it was like, I think it was Code Veronica, which I never completed. But I've mentioned this before. I used to be so stupid. I for my PlayStation, I never had a fucking save save card that you'd plug in and save your games to. I never had that, so every game I played, I'd have to start over from the beginning and do it in one sitting if I was to complete it, which wasn't often. I don't know why the guy with the metal, he really reminds me of someone. Really reminiscent of someone. I can't remember who. I think it might be like from a fighting game. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if that'll be a perspective we get, like not not too much involvement from Sakamoto, but like just seeing the JAA and the orders kind of work against whoever this vigilante guy is. Who the hell would be knocking on the window from this floor? I, why would you ever open that? Dang. Holy crap. Got all these bodies. Oh yeah, I guess they're all dead. A retractable knife. One of those toy ones. Yeah. Slur. How's that relate? Yeah, it's almost like the hitmen for hitmen. That does beg the question if there's a hitmen for hitmen for hitmen. There's probably got to be some kind of that's the thing in this kind of world. There's always got to be some kind of thing you could do against the most powerful people. Like it's like nukes, for example. You've got to have some kind of backup plan. Yeah, I mean the intuition would lead you towards like Sakamoto's the one doing this, but I mean obviously he's not. Will this person at some point come for Sakamoto? Yeah, it's a little bit too long. Too long on the left there. Oh, here we go. Andy. Wow. Not even on the right spot. Plonk on his head. It's the thought that counts, isn't it? Yeah. 5 years is a long time. I mean, again, it's not like Sakamoto's not been doing anything, but it's another thing with like athletes when you don't do sports for even like a year. Sorry to pause again, but I recently saw a picture of this footballer who was out for, I think it was only like 6 to 9 months with an ACL injury, and obviously you can't do any work with that. And his left leg compared to his right leg, it was almost like double the size. It was crazy, just how much kind of muscle and such you lose, and it's so hard to gain back. So 5 years out, again, there'll be like muscle memories and things that have kind of reconfigured within Sakamoto during this time period, I imagine. Anyway, again, this is anime, so it's not going to be obviously 100% accurate or anything. But in real life, if this was the case, there would be like techniques you'd always be comfortable with, but after a 5 year break, you're like, oh shit, my muscle memory, the muscles that were built there are now kind of gone. And hopefully that doesn't come up with Sakamoto, where it's like he tries to pull something off and it's like, oh shit, because I've been out so long. I'm no longer able to do this certain thing. I do imagine that will be the case. As I did mention, someone in the comment section last week did say that he is quite a bit weaker than he was. I mean, look at the guy. You don't want to be one of those people. Well, everybody does it, whether you like to or not. I always say this, like, everybody's prejudiced to some degree in terms of meeting someone initially. Like, look at that guy. What do you think when you look at someone like that? You think that guy's rough. That guy's looks like an assassin. And he was. Again, a lot of the times stuff like that is true. Again, you might be seen as like racist or whatever, but it's just or sexist or whatever you want to say, but it's human intuition to look upon someone and especially for men, I think, look upon someone and judge, like, as a man, you're like always judging like threats and such, and yeah, people are just different based on their race, based on their sex, and I think you're actually just stupid to ignore that. I mean, there is the extent of like, shouldn't always judge a book by its cover, for sure. There's always exceptions to things, but I think a lot of the time, like, I don't know. Like if I talk to a white man, like that guy, for example, if I talk to like a white man, an American man, versus a Russian man, versus a black man, versus a white woman, I'm gonna have four different expectations of each of those conversations, aren't I? And am I racist for thinking that? I don't think so. Again, it's just normal. I mention that point a lot because I'm quite passionate about that, because almost like people trying to rewrite your kind of expectations and things like that. Don't get me wrong, you should always be really open to people being different and such, and going against your expectations. But as I did say, a lot of the time it does come from a place. It's not exactly the same as this, but it's almost like rumors. Like rumors come from somewhere, even if that rumor is just someone wanting to be nasty. Like there are preconceived notions of people, especially in minorities, that are nasty and just aren't true. And that can be the same for rumors, but sometimes rumors actually do come from like a little bit of truth, even if that truth is someone wanting to believe that this kind of certain type of person is nasty. In that case, you should very much find out for yourself and not judge that person. That's the thing. You should always give people a chance. But like I said here, it's just like, look at this guy. This guy is definitely no good. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Of course, not like Lou gave a shit about that. But yeah, really good episode. Not as much action as I was expecting, to be honest with you. Had the first kind of 5 minutes or so here, just ending off the fight from the end of last episode. But I liked how we resolved it. Loved the Sakamoto's wife getting some big hits in here. Certain her dominance. She's definitely the dominant one in the relationship, it seems like. A nice little look at the order here as well. Some cool looking characters. Again, this guy really reminds me of maybe like a couple of characters, but he seems so recognizable. It's kind of crazy. Guy with all the piercings and the metal, like the metal jaw, which is a little bit of a cheat code, isn't it? Having a metal jaw like that. Can't really have a fair fight with anyone. But yeah, these guys seem pretty cool. This guy also kind of reminds me of I won't be able to say the name, but it's like Schnedlich or something like that from Hunter x Hunter. He kind of looks a little bit like him. And this woman here, I like her design as well. She's almost like a you usually see us on old women, like old what's it called? Widows. Usually see this kind of design on like those type of women. So this is quite interesting. Maybe it's maybe it relates to a little bit like Sakamoto in a sense of like the dark path of like Sakamoto. Like she got married, but then because of her job and such, she wasn't able to protect, and her husband got killed or something along those lines, perhaps. or it might just be how she's designed. Who knows? I might be looking too far into that, but yeah, this guy seems a bit erratic here, doesn't he? Looking forward to seeing more of these guys, though. As I said, I hopefully might get a look. Like, I love Sakamoto and the antics and so on, but it would be pretty cool just to like have a maybe an episode focus on like these guys and see how they're kind of dealing with this assassin that's going around killing all these other assassins. Like, seems like a pretty interesting situation, which we get a little bit of a glimpse into here. But yeah, do let me know what you guys think about this one down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. And I'll see you guys next week with episode 6.